And that's our top story at this hour. Absolute chaos unfolding across Indian airports as IndiGo crisis has now entered its day 4. Currently, 29 domestic IndiGo flights scheduled for departure from Chennai stands cancelled. IndiGo passengers continue to remain stranded at airports due to the nationwide flight disruption and cancellations we have been witnessing. Hapless, distressed, and angry passengers are left fending for themselves, not even allowed to grieve with dignity. Now here's a story of a woman with the ashes of her father, unprepared for how challenging can the last wish of her father to be for his ashes to be immersed at the place where he was raised can be.
मेरे डैड की अस्थियां है मेरे साथ और मुझे यहाँ बेंगलोर से सबसे पहले दिल्ली जाना है। दिल्ली से फ्लाइट लेना है देहरादून से हम लोग हरिद्वार जाएंगे, विसर्जन करना है कल। बट इन्होंने सडनली फ्लाइट कैंसिल कर दिया। हमारे पास प्रायर नोटिफिकेशन कुछ भी नहीं भेजा इन लोगों ने। एंड अभी हमें ये फोर्स कर रहे हैं कि अगर आप हमारे पास कोई फ्लाइट्स नहीं है आज के लिए, अगर आपको चाहिए तो आप दूसरी एयर इंडिया या कुछ और कीजिए। उनका फ्लाइट टिकट्स आज पर पर्सन 60,000 है, विच आई कैनॉट अफोर्ड। And we are 5 people here. We want to go, and there are no train tickets, no bus tickets.
Story of a distressed father whose agony was masked in his anger when all he shouted was for one a sanitary pad for his daughter, who he said was bleeding. IndiGo meltdown is what we're witnessing right now, as operations are nosedived and left thousands angry, stranded and helpless. Unbelievable agony on the ground, in fact. Meanwhile, IndiGo CEO has apologized for the flight disruptions and assured that normalcy will be restored by 10th to 15th of December. Flights, in fact, are restarting with the reduced number of flights. Let's take a listen to the statement.
I want to share with you that we have experienced severe operational disruptions for the past few days. Since then, the crisis continued to aggravate, with today, December 5th, being the most severely impacted day, with the number of cancellations well over 1,000, or more than half of our number of daily flights. I, on behalf of all of us at IndiGo, would like to extend our sincerest apologies for the major inconvenience this has caused to many of our customers on account of delays or cancellations. The situation is a result of various causes, yet for you as a customer, it's important how we as IndiGo address this. We have defined 3 lines of action. Firstly, customer communication and addressing your needs. For this, messages have been sent on social media, and just now a more detailed communication with information on refunds, cancellations and other customer support measures was sent. Also, we've stepped up our call center capacity. Secondly, due to yesterday's situation, we had customers stranded mostly at the nation's largest airports. Our focus was for all of them to be able to travel today itself, which will be achieved. For this, we also ask customers whose flights are cancelled not to come to airports, as notifications are sent on this. Thirdly, cancellations were made for today as to align our crew and planes to be where they need to start afresh tomorrow morning. Earlier measures of the last few days regrettably have proven not to be enough. So we've decided today for a reboot of all our systems and schedules, resulting in the highest number of cancellations so far, but imperative for progressive improvements starting as from tomorrow. With these actions, we expect tomorrow to have cancellations below 1,000. The support of DGCA in providing specific FDTL implementation relief is of great help. Still, there's lots of work in progress, but going forward from here, in alignment with the Ministry of Civil Aviation and DGCA, we do expect to further improve every day. Given the size, scale, and complexity of our operation, it will take some time to return to a full normal situation, which we do anticipate between the 10th and the 15th of December. I do understand that these disruptions have caused much discomfort to our customers and has shaken their belief in IndiGo's reliability so carefully built over these past 19 years. My colleagues, all the great IndiGo teams and frontline staff have been working relentlessly to address the situation. Rest assured, we are doing everything in our control to not only restore your trust and belief, but strengthen it further over time. Thank you for your patience, understanding, and kindness during this difficult time. We shall keep you updated on an ongoing basis.
Now, viewers, it's not just about the IndiGo, it's also about gold diggers leaving flyers high and dry. Making matters worse, the ticket prices on the other airlines have also surged sharply. And clearly an Aapada Mein Afsar moment, even as passengers' woes continue on the ground. Let me give you figures of what we're looking at exactly. A Delhi to Mumbai flight today costs about 1.70 lakh rupees, which usually would have costed about 5,350 rupees. Delhi to Chennai as well, the cheapest flight is costing around 1.6 lakh rupees today. Now, in normal circumstances, this would have been around 5,900 rupees. Again, Delhi to Hyderabad is also witnessing something similar. The flight is now costing a minimum of rupees 46,000 to a maximum of about 90,000 rupees. Usually, a Delhi to Hyderabad flight is somewhere around 5,600 rupees. Again, a Delhi to Kolkata flight, which usually costs around 4,600 rupees, is now costing 98,000 rupees. So you have thousands of people stranded because of the mass cancellations we are witnessing due to the IndiGo crisis, and also the other airlines have now increased their fares, so which means in any situation, the commuters and the flyers continue to suffer.
And today, we have observed that the new FDTL regulations, they started in November, which was 1 month before itself. And through the last 1 month also, we have been observing, and things were pretty much not to the extent of this, but there was no issue regarding the new FDTL norms that was observed. And the second thing is that the other airlines, Air India or the Akasa or SpiceJet, they have all adjusted and they have done the necessary this thing. But here, what was unanticipated suddenly, which has boomed into this because of the mismanagement that has happened at the IndiGo regarding their crew. That is why this incident has happened, which is why, to ensure normalcy is there at the earliest, we have given certain abeyance to the FDTL norms to IndiGo. But on the other side, because we have observed this only in IndiGo, so we have established a committee which will inquire into all this so that they can establish where things went wrong and who did it wrong. And we are going to take necessary action on that also. This thing shouldn't be left unattended. We are taking strict action on this so that whoever was responsible into this needs to pay for it.
Now, viewers, amid the aviation crisis we are now facing, Indian Railways has stepped in. It has started adding extra coaches to trains and also scheduling special services, as thousands of passengers are now remain stranded due to mass cancellations of IndiGo flights. The crisis has now aggravated due to a steep rise in fares as well, which we mentioned just a while ago. And due to this, Railways has now introduced about 114 augmented trips by adding about 116 extra coaches to about 37 premium trains nationwide. Now, this starts from December 6th to manage a huge passenger surge. Now, these swift announcements by Indian Railways aim to ease the travel crunch after recent flight cancellations. It will in fact offer passengers reliable and expanded options across multiple routes in India.